Yo, 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 what it do? What it be, y'all? It's your boy ANT coming to you with another Apex Legendary commentary. You know what it do. So, let me get right into it. Everybody know the story of Adam and Eve. God makes Adam, sees something kind of off, realizes Adam kind of need a companion, so he makes Eve from one of his ribs. He tells them the whole Garden of Eden is theirs, but they can't eat from the tree of the knowledge and good and bad. You know, what? I wonder what happened. What would have happened if Adam ate before Eve? Anyway, but they do eat from the tree, and they figure out, they're naked or whatever. They're not, they're not on God's level. They figure out pretty quick. I guess right as God figures out they ate from the tree, like there's an exchange of words between Adam and God that ends in Adam and Eve's banishment from the garden. Now, the last time we hear about Adam and Eve or what happened to them, they were trying to start a new life just outside of Eden. And, no, it doesn't really say how they were banished. Like, did God just tell them to leave and they left? Were they pushed out, kind of? Because, in some of the illustrations I seen, it was like angels were guarding it, kind of. So it was like maybe a holy place. I don't know. So, they're like somewhere east of the Garden of Eden. It's not even really the city, but anyways. And then it goes, into like the story of Cain and Abel, which sees Cain kill his brother Abel, and then he flees God's wrath for a minute or something, or God knew immediately, asked him what was up. He was like, I'm not my brother's keeper. I don't know what happened to bro. God pretty much knows he's lying. But Cain ended up in a place called Nod, and not much is known about Nod either. It's kind of like Eden but worse. It's like ghetto Eden. But what we do know is that if any of this stuff ever really happened, it's more than likely it would have taken place somewhere in prehistoric Mesopotamia. And from what I understand, after Adam and Eve were banished from the Garden of Eden, keep in mind, like I said, the Bible only describes the Eden's gardens, or the Garden of Eden, never the city of Eden itself. We never get, to look at the city, or if there even was one. It was just like a garden, I guess. Adam and Eve they didn't know what rain or nothing was. I don't know. It doesn't really go into that. It doesn't really tell us how naive Adam and Eve really were. Anyways, some actually theorize the story of Adam and Eve and the story of Cain and Abel are meant to be metaphorical, and they aren't literal figures in history, but they serve as an introductory, kind of like lessons in the Bible, using Adam and Eve to symbolize mankind's early beginnings, and then Cain and Abel with their struggles with, their destructive and curious nature as humans, and, the struggles of, farming and being sheep herders, I guess. But what seems weird to me, that if they were meant to be metaphorical figures, then why does the Bible, continue with their lineage? Like Cain and Seth, the other brother that didn't get killed and wasn't a murderer, they both had sons named Enoch. Yeah, so, and Seth's son Enoch fathered Noah from the Noah's Ark saga, which is a whole nother history mystery because of the Great Flood story, and the story of Cain and Abel both have key similarities with Sumerian Anunnaki myths focused around deities named Gilgamesh and Inanna. So it's believed that the Adam and Eve creation theory is actually a less sensationalized, if you can believe it or not, version of the Sumerian myths. And in my opinion, it's because the Bible has actually been refined and been rewritten several times throughout history. And the Sumerian myths, they're actually the first theistic society trying to kind of grasp their new knowledge of the world around them and try and really explain some of the crazy shit going on in the Fertile Crescent at the time. And keep in mind, they was right. They didn't have like paper in them. We found all the like the Epic of Gilgamesh and all that. They're on stone cuneiform tablets in museums. Like maybe they've been rewritten or something so you can read them, but like, come on, like were never written throughout history, like passed down like that as far as we know. A lot of those gods actually got absorbed into like the Akkadian, Babylonian gods. Like Enon, like I just mentioned, was actually synonymous with the goddess Ishtar, which, you know, we all know the myth going on, like that's the creator of Easter. It's a sex holiday and all that, but that's actually a myth. You should read up on that. But anyways, getting off topic, to get back on the topic of the actual garden, I doubt we will ever see the Garden of Eden discovered, because I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, that the Great Flood would have wiped out everything at the time, including the Garden of Eden. And it's possible that when Noah and his family got off the ark, he renamed locations such as like mountains and rivers after locations that were already known beforehand. Kind of like when the British came here, they named everything like New York and New Hampshire and all that. Like, so like maybe the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers that we know of today may be or may not be the same Tigris and Euphrates that were mentioned in the Garden of Eden saga. So, you know, like it kind of mentions the Garden of Eden's location, that 4 rivers, the Euphrates, Tigris, and then like 2 other ones like merged, and that's where the Garden of Eden was located. But it doesn't even say that anybody ever went back or even tried to go back to like the Garden of Eden or its original place before even the Great Flood. So we don't really know even what happened to that area during that whole time period, much less, you know, what happened after the Great Flood. So anyways, and that's like, and as for like Adam and Eve being real people, I think they were real, but like reading the Bible is like listening to a story told by crackheads. You gotta kind of decide for yourself what the truth is and hope you make it out alive. Anyway, that's really why I love history, though, because fact is always stranger than fiction. And the fact is, humans at one point in time either thought basic nature, like seasons changing or disease or something like that, were supernatural beings controlling their lives, or sometime during our history we came across an entity or entities that had far greater power and knowledge than we did, and these gods or this one god were obviously tampering with humanity and our evolution, and one day they just disappeared. And really, like, biblically, after Jesus ascended to heaven, after his resurrection, unless it's through faith, signs, or schizophrenia, no one has had a recorded conversation with God or any other deities besides being possessed, which really, I don't think anybody's been possessed since like the 80s, but I mean, not that I know of. But anyways, something I've neglected to talk about in this so far is the devil, Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him. He's the one who tells Eve that God is capping about the tree of knowledge of good and evil and tells her to eat it, and then Adam eats it, and then all the animals in Eden eat it too in some accounts, and then the Bible even calls Satan like the father of the lie. But it fails to mention how stupid like Adam and Eve are for not asking God, like, yo, what the hell is going on with this talking snake, bro? Like, he's saying literally the opposite of what you just told us, like, not to do. He's saying to do it, bro. So what's up with that? Like, you trying to explain, like, who the fuck is dude? But the thing that always gets me is, like, one, if God is all powerful, all knowing, all that, wouldn't he have kind of like already known all this was gonna happen? Like, he already knew Adam and Eve would fuck up. So either like God isn't all knowing, maybe just all powerful. but I don't know. Or like either that or free will was just like just the illusion of choice. Like, you feel me? And B, like, I don't know if that makes sense, but if God was all powerful and said like, hey, these dinosaurs, like, they ugly, I'ma destroy all them, but when Adam and Eve fucked up, he couldn't just start over? Like, he just banished Adam and Eve and said, nah, this might be a good ass book one day. Y'all get to making mankind, because I'm about to make a guap off you sinning ass motherfuckers. But like, then he could have just snapped his fingers and been like, this God shit is harder than it looks. Let's see if the third time's a charm. Let's do something else. He said, no, I'm going to have this world full of evil and sin, and I'm going to have this guy build an ark and fill it with every single animal on earth. No, for real, every single one. Like, I don't know why. I don't stop asking questions, folks. Have faith, stupid. And then he flooded the earth, and only 5 people and 2 animals from every species survived, meaning every animal in existence traces back to the same 2, just kind of like we do with Adam and Eve, but I don't know about all that. We haven't really thought of that. I don't think that's been really like looked at or looked into or researched, which we should, though. That'd be interesting. Anyways, but the 5 people that had survived the flood probably still had like the stank of Adam's original sin. So he is like, alright, for real this time. Like, I'm going to send my son, who ain't really my son, because I can't procreate. He is solid angel, though. Like, he one of my top, like, I created him first type shit. Like, I don't really know who was created first, him or Lucifer. I don't know. I got to look that up. But, he said he's going to sacrifice himself, make sure y'all have a chance at heaven again. Like, bro, you could have just destroyed us. It probably would have been for the better. Like, anyways, to end my rant, sorry y'all for ranting. Like, I just have a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of shit I gotta get off my chest. Raises a J-dub, and if you're raising like religion and still have like unanswered questions, and you kind of feel my pain, but like, I really do respect all religions. Like, believe what you believe in as long as it don't hurt nobody. For real. Learning about different beliefs and philosophies and like drawing parallels between them, like, that's something I actually like to do. Like, I love learning about different religions and, mindsets and stuff like that, or belief systems, I guess, and even mythology, like Greek mythology and shit like that. So that's dope. It's history. So I know my last 2 videos, though, my last 2 like mystery videos have been Bible related, though, and I know, like, kind of controversial. That's not everybody's cup of tea. No, don't nobody want to talk about the Bible all the time. So my next video will probably be like a conspiracy or something. I don't know on what yet. Stay tuned, though. You know it. I got a story of my life video dropping Thursday, and I'm gonna be making big picture power moves real soon. So stay tuned, cause I got big things popping, little things stopping. So ring the damn bell so you don't miss none of the hot content I got dropping. It's been your boy ANT, the Elevated Gamer, aka the Above Average Gamer. Leave a like if you think aliens are real. Comment on a conspiracy or mystery I should cover in the future. And I'm out. Peace out, y'all. Be safe. Don't get smoked. Watch these last 2 clips. They gonna be classics. You bastards.
One sec, healing up. No bamboozle. Just gotta patch myself up. Killed an enemy. Faking him out with a decoy. One sec, healing up.